Hey guys, this is IX RolloutIX with Rollout Reviews doing another Let's Build. Today we are continuing on with the Summer 2015 Bionicle sets, moving on to Skull Basher. I guess it sort of just occurred to me how oddly graphic the names of these guys are for LEGO. I mean, I guess they get away with it because they're Skeleton-Mans, but like Skull Slicer and Grinder and Basher. Like, I guess Warrior isn't too bad because he's like a skeleton and he's a warrior. Skull Warrior, that makes sense. But like Skull Basher, Slicer, Grinder, like, I don't know. It does seem awfully graphic for LEGO, but yeah, he's got Onua's mask, and Onua's reaching for the mask, and you got like the mask maker temple, whatever, in the background there. So yeah, who knows? I guess he's like, I guess if Skull Slicer's the lieutenant, this guy would be a general in Skull Grinder's army. I don't know. But yeah, you got the comic on the back there. You know, like, in these comics, they don't show them, like, wearing the infected masks or whatever, but in the glimpse of the animations we've seen so far, like, Skull Slicer totally puts on the mask. I mean, I don't know. What do they gain by putting the masks on these guys? Like, what do they gain by stealing energy from the masks either? Are they actually stealing energy, or are they just like, I don't know. I don't understand. I guess we'll find out. Come on. Open. I don't want to rip the top here. There you go. Yeah, this box actually came a little bit bent when I got it, unfortunately, and the box itself is a little bit wobbly too, but oh well. I actually don't know if I'm going to keep these boxes. Like, I kept all of the Winter Wave boxes because I have them displayed with their boxes up on my shelf at the moment, but I don't know if I have enough shelf space for these ones too. I mean, what I might do is, when I change my display to accommodate these guys, is just take the boxes down for the winter sets also, but I don't know what I'm going to do with them. They look really cool, so I might, like, break them down and keep them. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Well, I guess I'll find out. I guess you're not really involved. Let's bring the camera down and take a look at the instructions. Anything new? Anything exciting? Anything we haven't seen before? Doesn't really look like it. Though this guy's function looks awesome. Here's the combination model. I actually don't think I talked about this in either of the last two, but yeah, there's that, and that's certainly a thing. I wonder if that's canon. Like, I don't know. None of the Protector Toa combinations were canon. The only reason I showed those off in my Protector reviews is because they were so simple. I don't know if I'll actually ever do a review on this. The combo model between Ikimu, Kulta is Skull Grinder, by the way, and Skull Scorpio, that looks frickin' sweet. Also, back to the whole Kulta name drop thing going on there. Why does Skull Grinder have a name? I don't know. Like, I mentioned in one of the last Let's Builds here that there was an Amazon preview of the first book, and from what I've read, I mean, I could, obviously I'm missing something, and we'll find out when I read the whole book, but from what I read, it doesn't seem like they call Skull Grinder by the name he was given in the LEGO magazine, which is Kulta, which is an interesting name, but whatever. I'm indifferent to it. But, like, they don't call him by that. They just call him Skull Grinder, and he also doesn't seem to have much of a character, so I don't know. It's kind of weird that he's the only one of all of these skull guys to have a name. Like, I guess I understand why Warrior doesn't have a name, because he's like an army builder guy, but whatever. Anyway, let's actually start building this thing, because that is why we're here. So, first step is obvious enough. Take the body and add a couple of pins to it. Upside down, oddly enough, the picture's like this instead of like this. I don't know why. Guess it makes no difference. He's got the big feet like Onua, because I guess this guy is meant to go up against Onua. And yeah, he's got really short legs. Just like on Skull Warrior, I guess. I mean, maybe Skull Warrior's legs aren't that small. I haven't yet compared any of these guys to the Toa yet. I'm building these back to back, and they're all just sitting over there. I haven't had time to compare them to the Toa yet, but, whoa, what? Whoa, what? Oh, yeah, okay. I was like, why is one leg shorter than the other? And this would be why. Yep, his legs are, in fact, the same, unlike on Skull Warrior. So, no problems there. But yeah, I don't know, they just seem oddly short. Maybe it's just me. It's probably just me. Like I said, though, they are $15 sets. And I guess Leeway isn't that small, but he's certainly smaller than the $20 sets. So that makes sense. I don't know where I was going with that. That certainly is a thing. Anyway, set this guy over here, and now we get to build Skull. It's Basher? Basher, yeah, this is Basher. Right? Yeah? Mm-hmm. Basher. Okay, we get to build his cool function, which is not a gear function. It's a lot like Dragon Bolt's function from Hero Factory. He does like a little like bashing motion, basically using the same mechanism that Dragon Bolt uses to flap its wings. Dragon Bolt is a set that I have. I think I've mentioned before that I collected a lot of Hero Factory sets, but like only all of the main heroes and the what I considered the main villains. And for the Brain Attack, the only villain I got was the biggest one, and that was Dragon Bolt. I know nothing about the story. I don't know if Dragon Bolt has any actual like impactful story relevance at all. But he looks cool, and he's a cool looking dragon, and I just didn't really want to spend money on all of the villain sets. So I only got one each year. So, you know, like Von Nebula, Witch Doctor, Firelord, Black Phantom, and Dragon Bolt. And then I didn't get any of the Mecha series ones, like the Invasion from Below. But yeah, which is weird, because like after Brain Attack I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna get any more Hero Factory sets. I think I'm done. And then they announced the Invasion from Below sets, and they were freaking robots, and that's like right up my alley, and I was seriously considering for a moment getting all of them, but ultimately I decided against it because they're weird and they're like out of scale, and because they like come with minifigures. They reminded me a lot of the like Bionicle system sets, like the brick-built Bionicle play sets, and I didn't really like those either. So yeah, I skipped on Invasion from Below, but that's a good thing too, because I was saving money for the Bionicle sets. Anyway, after that tangent, we've built a thing, sort of. It does this so far, so that's cool. Then you have this. Is this? Yeah, I guess so. That seems like a lot of friction there. I guess it's meant to actually just go through. I don't know what I'm talking about yet. I don't know how this thing works yet. But yeah, it goes through. I remember back in the day where like a connection like this would never be seen in a like official Lego set, or at least I never saw it. But like you could, this is always something you could do, and none of the sets I had when I was younger like actually utilized that technique. But I don't know, maybe some of them did, and I just wasn't there to see them. I mean, I actually didn't get a whole lot of Lego sets when I was younger. Oh, the phone is ringing. I don't know if you can hear that, but we'll just ignore that. No big deal. Someone else will get it. Okie dokie. Oh, that's neat. It uses the little hose piece as a spring. Huh, and you can also kind of do this action. This is a cool function. Like, that is awesome. I like that, honestly, like, a lot more than the gear function. Although, to be fair, I have had a little bit of gear function fatigue because all of the larger sets in the last wave had basically the same exact function. But yeah, something like this is really cool. It's new, if nothing else. Got these little spickety spikes there, and then now we can build the arms, which seem extremely straightforward. And they attach way the heck back here. Yeah, I don't know about that, honestly. Like, yeah, I think this actually puts the arms back further than the gearbox, which is unfortunate, but oh well. It's not like Bionicle sets in the past didn't sacrifice aesthetics for functions, and honestly, I'd rather have that than a set completely lacking a function entirely. But maybe that's just me. A lot of people like the BIONICLE build, and they really didn't have any functions. Okie dokie. Chest piece, boom. Actually, let's take a look at the chest piece. We didn't really look at the chest piece or the mask because we were talking about other stuff. I don't remember. Anyway, I can't remember that far back. Who do you think I am? That looks really good, actually. That's at least on par with Skull Warrior there. It's all symmetrical and nice looking. I like it. I don't know. Skull Slicer. It's kind of the odd one out at this point, because I think his chest looks super weird. This guy actually has symmetrical upper arms too. This guy's all symmetrical all over the place. I like that. I like symmetry. Some people like how interesting asymmetry is. I am definitely not one of those people. In most cases. I think some symmetry sometimes is kind of neat, but yeah, I don't know. Generally, I think... Wait, did I just say... I don't know. I think I said the wrong thing, but oh well. I like symmetry, bottom line. Anyway, his head's a little weird. You got these things and these like giant horns. He's a Minotaurman. He's a Minotaurman, and that seems way too easy to knock off the mask. Those are flapping all over the place. Hopefully that's not too much of a problem. I guess we'll find out, though. Yeah. Oh! Another thing I didn't talk about at all is his little axe weapons. That looks good. I like that. Again, like... There's no pistons or anything on it like there would be in the older Bionicle, but yeah, that looks pretty good. It also looks like it could be really useful in mocking, so there's that too. Anyway, you extend the handles for some reason. Seems to me like you could just like attach it like this, and that would work pretty well, but instead, you attach it like that, and it seems to me almost like it's too high up, but I don't know. So yep, there you got him, equipped, ready for action. I think the last step here is just to bring up the camera, put on the mask. Oh, actually, he does have a couple little things down there. I was wrong. Okay, whatever. So yeah, he does have a little bit of axe down there. So they are bigger than I thought they were. But yeah, that looks pretty cool, actually. Finally, we can put on the mask, which I haven't even looked at all. That looks cool. Honestly, I think the other mask is a little bit cooler. But this one isn't bad. It's, again, really small. Like, actually, yeah, that is really small. There is not a whole lot of plastic going on there. Like in comparison to Anua's mask here. Yeah, that's kind of tiny. But let's take a look at him with it. And he looks like a neat Minotaur skeleton man. Actually, only 2 extra pieces. Which is, wow, yeah, wow. There's usually a lot more than that left over, but that's what we got. So, you can do a thing, and let's see, yeah, that, I can see that becoming a problem really fast. These horns just essentially allowing you to knock the mask off extremely easily, but we won't get to that here, and I'll play around with it for a little while to see if that's an actual problem. But until then, there is Skull Bashar. I don't know, the word Basher always makes me think of the side Bashar from Kamen Rider Phase. But that's just me being a Kamen Rider nerd. So, that is about it, guys, and this is IX Roll It IX, signing off.